Hey everybody, this is my video, which is a haul video showing you what I purchased at the Stamp Scrap Art Tour that was held in Pittsburgh this past weekend. My bestie Nancy and her daughter Leah, Nancy was in town for work. She had to go to Pittsburgh and West Virginia, a couple places for work, and I encouraged her to stay a little bit longer so that we can do our annual tradition of going to this stamp show together. So it was fantastic to spend time with Nancy. I actually went down on Saturday night and stayed overnight. We were able to stay in a nearby hotel, and Leah was there. And so then the next day we got up and went to the stamp show, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was always great to see her anytime that we get to spend together. This is a list of the exhibitors. There were 14 different stamp companies there. It was a smaller show, but it was great just to see all these vendors, and I always try to go every year to show my support because the products that they sell, they're like unparalleled. The quality is so good, and you can't find these products like at Walmart or Michael's, not even Hobby Lobby, let's face it. Stamping and scrapbooking, especially card making, is a dying art form. There are fewer and fewer companies out there that are brick and mortar stores, but we do have a lot of these mom and pop companies that's their life work to go out on the road, in the spring, summer, and fall, and do these shows in the towns all over the United States. Speaking of which, there are more shows in 2025. So the next one is in Hamburg, New York. There's also one in Westminster, Maryland. There's another one in Southfield, Michigan, Hampton, Virginia, and Mesquite, Texas. So I would encourage you, if you live anywhere near those, to head on out and go. And the shows have different vendors. And like I said, there were only 14 this time because there was a show in Illinois this weekend. So a lot of them went there instead. But we're just so glad that they had this. It was so great to be able to see all these companies there. And there is a coupon here for Rubber Stamp Madness for new subscriptions. It's $5 off with this code CONVENTION, which is a great magazine. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. It's definitely worth a subscription. So let's go ahead and let me show you what I purchased at the stamp show. During the stamp show, I was able to create some make and takes. So I'm going to show you some of the make and takes that I created. This one was the first one. It's from Blue Knight Rubber Stamp. And this one has pan pastels as the background. And these beautiful dandelions and swans. So pretty. This one is also Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. Very beautiful sunset created with pan pastels. And then this one is also Blue Knight Rubber Stamps using a stamp and a stencil and some pan pastels and some stamps. So very cute forest themed. And then finally I have this make and take that I created at the Ton. This is the peony border stencil from the Ton. It's a layering stencil. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what I purchased. So the first thing I did was, this isn't in any order because, I was moving around to the various booths throughout the day. But this product is from Northwoods Rubber Stamps. And I got this because I just love this calla lily bouquet or, plant. It's so pretty. It's got this other flower feature that they're on like a ladder, some springtime flowers, and then some sentiments, and you can see the size of the stamps. So I love Northwoods rubber stamps. They're beautiful. Also from Northwoods, I got this smaller stamp set for Easter. It's got 3 images, including the 3 crosses, church steeple, daffodils, and it says He is risen. And this one for St. Patrick's Day with pot of gold shamrock in the hat, and Happy St. Patrick's Day. And these are a little bit smaller, and I thought, I may be able to use these on some of my postage stamps, die cards that I create in the future. So that's why I picked these up. And then I got this larger wooden stamp because it has a really pretty sunflower and pumpkins and just very rustic and country style. This one is something that I think the ladies at my card club will enjoy creating with, and I am teaching a class with them this fall, and I thought that would be a really pretty one to put on the front of a card. Okay, so with Northwoods, let's see if I have their little Northwoods. Here we go. Here is a coupon for Northwoods. If you go to Northwoods rubber stamps and use the code Pittsburgh SSAT25 at checkout, you can save 15%. And I'll hold that up a little bit closer so you can take a picture of that or a screenshot in case you want to use this coupon. Now, the Northwood booth was with the Verses booth, and this one also has some really great red rubber stamps, lots of great sentiments. I didn't purchase anything this time at Verses. I have in the past. I have many of their stamps, and so they have the same coupon code, good until July 28th. So that's that one. So I just wanted to share that with you. Sorry that my nose is running. I think it's the air conditioning. Okay, I went to the my stamp room. Oh, wait a second. Make sure I have the right name here. Oh my goodness, sorry Joyce. The name of this company is called My Craft Room. Okay, close. My Craft Room. They sell Altenew products, and I picked up this sentiment stamp. It has a variety, and it has some really pretty sub-sentiments. This one is called Sincere Greetings. Altenew does have some very nice greeting stamps. I picked up this beautiful sunflower stencil, which I can't wait to create with. This is the Sunflower 3D. Sunflower Bundle 3D. And I picked up these dies, Sweet Expressions. I really like this one, Here For You. I think of people who are going through some struggles. This could be one that is appropriate, as well as sympathy. But there's also hello, thanks, and love you. And you can see inside here, you get the words and the outline. So, yep, that is from My Craft Room. Okay. I picked up some new markers from a company called Crop Around the Clock. They're based out of Greensburg. They do crops Kelly's Creations. I'm sorry, the company is called Kelly's Creations. They have different events, so if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you're interested in attending a crop around the clock, you can see the dates that are listed here, and there is a UR code. So that is a scannable code that you could use to find out more about their crops. But they're Tombbo twin tone dual tip markers. And they have a nice, these are the pastels. They have a nice fine tip and a brush tip. So let me show you here. Okay, so this is the fine tip, very fine tip. And this is the brush tip. Well, I guess it's more of a, it's not a brush, it's actually more of a bullet tip. I think that's what that's called. It's definitely not a brush, so strike that. I'll hold up the sample that I did here. I like the really fine tip. I think that when I do watercolors and I need to go over some of the lines afterwards, that I could do that and I could match it to the inks that I'm using for watercoloring. So this one is green. Very fine tipped. And this is the other side. So yeah, yep, I could easily color with these as well. Okay, so like I said, you know, Tombbo is a high quality product, and I like how fine tipped, the option of the fine tip, that's what really got me with these. So I thought I'd buy a pack and try them and use them in my future projects and see how it goes. Let's see here. Over at Thinky Antics, they had this stamp on sale. It says, "Be strong and courageous," and it's got a bear, like the outline of a bear, or the image of a bear. And then the second stamp says, "Never give up." Again, encouragement, and also masculine, I thought. I got some pixie spray. This is a low tack adhesive. It's a repositionable. It's really a very good product. I got some Ultra Clean. Helps me clean my stamps. I got some glass beads for shaker cards. These are just a real nice size container, and you can make the shaker cards with that. I got some low tack tape. This is wall safe tape. This is really great for when you're die cutting. It doesn't tear your paper. I got Distress watercolors. I got set 3. I already have set 3, so these are going to be for sale. If anybody wants them, I paid $25 for them. I don't want to ship them because I'm afraid they might break, but if you're local to this area and this is something that you would like to purchase, I am going to sell them. And I got some inserts for my Misty. This is for the full-size Misty. They're sticky mats. There's 3 in a pack. Okay, and that was at Art Gone Wild. I have a coupon here for Art Gone Wild. It is take 15% off. Pittsburgh SSAT 25. So a lot of these companies are owned by Stampers Anonymous, and Stampers Anonymous sponsors Stamp Away. So if you're interested in participating in Stamp Away, which I highly recommend, it is so much fun. The next Stamp Away is July 31st through August the 2nd. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. And there's classes taught by the country's best instructors. So you definitely will learn a lot. And there's so many vendors there, so much to see. And the theme is Once Upon a Stamp Away, Happily Ever After. So isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. You can make a card out of that. I'm like, I'm saving that. I can make a card out of that. So Stampers Anonymous, Art Gone Wild, Darcy's Heart and Home, Thinky Antics, Stamping Bella, Northwoods Rubber Stamp, and Versus Rubber Stamp are all owned by the same company under Stampers Anonymous. So it's really great that that company is still sponsoring these stamp shows, and that they are basically the flagship company over some of these smaller stamping companies. So we thank you, Ted, who is the owner. And in case you didn't know it, I recorded a bunch of videos about this stamp show, and I recorded people doing make and takes, people doing like live demos. So make sure you check out my videos under the live tab of my YouTube channel. You have to click the live tab, and that way you'll get to see all the videos that I posted. I posted, I think, 5 or 6. So really good stuff there. I would encourage you to check that out. Okay, and then I went to Blue Knight Rubber Stamp, and disclaimer, there are a lot here from Blue Knight, but I am on the design team, so I wanted to stock up on their products, which are going to be put to good use as my work continues on their design team. So disclaimer, you'll see a lot here from Blue Knight, and yeah, I definitely stocked up. Okay, so this amazing stamp is called Birds on Wires, and you've got the different wires and the different little birds. So very versatile set, can be used with other stamp sets, which is probably how I'll use it. This one is called Forest Animals. Don't mind the squirrels. No, seriously. How adorable are these forest animals? So cute. You've got bunnies, raccoons, and 2 squirrels. Yeah, I don't like squirrels. So this is silhouette cats, and I have the silhouette dogs as well. Look at all those different cats. Isn't that great for all those cat lovers? You can make so many cat cards. This one is called Mountains and River. So you've got the mountains, the riverbed, the rocks, and you have a sentiment from Isaiah 43, verse 2, This one is called Seaside Beach Fence. So it's got 3 stamps. It's got the little birds, the seagull, and the beach with the fence. This one reminds me of Alaska. It is Forest, Stream, and Mountains. It's 1 stamp. So pretty. This is from their new release that came out in July. This one is called Flowers in Grass. And you'll see that it has a sentiment from a famous quote, "There is no place so deep that God's love is not deeper still." And it's got the silhouette grass, but it also has the grass at the front that you can color in. Okay. keeping with the beach theme, we've got Lighthouse on the Cliff. This is 3 stamps, the lighthouse and the birds. So that's really a beautiful scene. I've been wanting to get this one for a while. This one is called Windmill and Corn. And I was able to buy this little smaller set of windmills that has 2 windmills in it. So you've got this big windmill, the corn, and then I bought this little accessory set with the 2 little windmills. Make great cards for the fall. Another beautiful beach one. This one is called Ocean Waves, and it has 3 quotes about the ocean and then the waves. This will go really well with the seagrass stamp set, which if you didn't see my video, I have a video with their beautiful seagrass stamps that just came out. This is called Scenic Lake. It's got the lake, but it also has a family of ducks and then 2 ducklings. Isn't that so pretty? Again, this reminds me of Alaska. Nancy and I went there last year together on a cruise. This one's called Mountain Lake. Again, reminds me of Alaska. So you can see I was thinking about that as I made my purchases. I also purchased another magnetic ink pad handle. If you're not familiar with what these are, this is a genius product. You get the wooden magnetic handle. You get this metal plate. You adhere the metal plate. It's got a peel and stick. You peel the sticky off, put it to your stamp pad. Then you use the handle to handle the stamp pad. I just got a little bit of alcohol on my archival ink cover. That's why it looks like that. But anyways, what you have here then is the ability to hold on to this when you're stamping instead of trying to hold on to the case. Because I don't know about you, but many times I have dropped my ink pad trying to hold on to the case. And that's very frustrating when you do that, because a lot of times you do it right when your project is just about done. And then you have to start all over again. So there are 2 sizes. This one fits your traditional ink pads, and this one is called Universal. It's a little bit slimmer, and it fits on your oval ink pads, such as Catherine Pooler inks. But it also fits on this size, so okay. They also had some pre-printed die cuts of the tractors. And I thought when I make my fall cards, I could use these to make and just color these in. They're already printed and they're already die cut and ready to be colored in. And then I bought a bunch of stencils because you can do the stencil and stamp through technique. This one is Sailboat. This one is Hummingbird. This is Buffalo. Rectangle. There's 2 rectangles. And 1 rectangle, sorry. There's 1 rectangle. There's Dolphin. And then I bought the die set to go with the Buck, Doe, and Fawn stamp set. So I already have the stamp set. Let me show it to you. This is Buck, Doe, and Fawn. Okay, and it comes with the Buck, Doe, and Fawn in 3 different sizes. And then you can use this to die cut them out if you so choose. Okay, so I already had that one from before. Let me see here. Earlier I showed you the bear. This is what is the stamp and stencil technique, stencil and stamp technique. So you use that stencil and then you stamp through to create that kind of effect. So Yeah, so yeah, it was a huge haul for me, but we'll definitely be putting this to use for sure. And let me show you a couple other cards that I recently created with Blue Knight rubber stamps. By the way, Blue Knight rubber stamps has beautiful designer paper, and their designer papers come in a variety packs, and you can create just by stamping on the designer paper. So for example, I used the Surfer Guy and the Seagrass for this one. This is another piece of designer paper that has the flamingos and the seagrass. I thought that would make a nice anniversary card. This one I had a lot of fun creating with the silhouette swans, the seagrass, the cattails, some birds, and I thought this would make a nice anniversary card. Here we have this one of the Stormy Skies papers, and this stamp of the park bench with the trees. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this one right now, but I just thought that was really pretty. And then look, side by side with another piece of designer paper. It's already printed, you guys. All you have to do is print your stamp right on top. Stamp your stamp right on top. The papers are already designed. But what a difference. This is sort of like, you know, cloud. This is obviously a storm, and then this is sort of like the sunrise. My husband and I went to an anniversary party over the weekend, and I actually created this as an anniversary card, but for this one I grabbed a sentiment from the ton and I put best wishes. So this is the bride and groom, and this is the eagle, and the eagle has some floral or like some foliage. So, and I just ink blended that background. I made a wedding card. Here we have the sailboat with some other stamps kind of stamped on the edge here. This seagrass. It goes with so many different scenes. You can't go wrong with the seagrass. And then tomorrow morning I have a video going up on my YouTube channel using the bird song stamp and some of the designer papers. So I would encourage you to watch that tomorrow morning so that you can check out how I made these using those papers. So you'll be seeing me posting a lot more for Blue Knight, different cards that I designed for the design team, but also, you know, just using it every day when I make my cards because it's so much fun to create with. Alright, so then my final company that I visited, and by the way, with Blue Knight, they have a show special. If you buy 5, you get 1 thing free. So you can mix and match. And so most of their products, or some of their products, most of the stamps are $13.99. So, and then the dies are like $13.99 or $14.99. So you can get 5 and get a 6th for free. So that's another reason why you'll see I have all this. I was trying to be strategic about it and get as much you know, as much as I could with that promotion. That's only during the stamp show. That is not valid, you know, as a regular thing on their website. It's only during the stamp show that they do. And this is to encourage you to come to some stamp shows. And Blue Knight Rubber Stamp produces the StamperCon stamp shows. You probably heard me talk about those before. Those are a lot of fun too. I found some more from Blue Knight. This one is a background that I created. This is a Day at the Lake, as well as a couple other stamp sets with the birds. And this one is too, using some designer paper, you know. So just wanted you to see how beautiful the cards are. Okay, but you can create, just use your imagination. Okay, so for the ton, The Ton Stamps provides a variety of stamps and stencils. And these are the stencil sets that I bought. Well, first of all, I bought this little pack of gems. They're real tiny, and they're like glass, clear glass colored. I thought they were really cute. Okay, so I got the Postage Lighthouse, which is 5 layering stencils, and it's called Postage Lighthouse Night. And then as an accessory add-on, you can purchase the Postage Lighthouse Day, but you have to buy the night in order for the day to work. So it's an add-on. So you just can't buy the day because then it won't work. You have to buy the night. I purchased the Postage Moon stencils. This was out of stock the last time, so that'll be fun to create with. I purchased the Postage Bear stencils. This one is a holiday set. It features a postage of postage. In the postage, it's got a snowman, a bear, Santa's hat, some ice skates, and then some other images that are holiday related. It looks like a snow globe and a candy cane. So much fun. And this is a stamp and die set that I got. Now this is called Hot Wedding, you know, Hot Couture. This one is going to be for my niece's bridal shower. Her bridal shower is on Sunday, so I need to get busy and make a card for her. And I bought the die. And what I'm going to do is cut this out of white glitter paper, and it's just going to be a real classy looking card. So check out my Facebook and you'll get to see it posted. And then finally I got the Glacier Scape stencil. So this has the mountains and like a glacier, and then the clouds, and then down here it's got the whole scene like reflected in water. Yeah, you guessed it. It reminded me of Alaska. So yeah, I bought a lot at the Ton. Just wanted to get some things from them. And there's a couple other things I still want to get from the Ton, but that was all for this time. So thank you very much for watching my haul video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified of all my future videos. Again, thanks for watching. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.